Hi folks, we're at LR Workshop. In this video I'm going to be replacing this old side repeater from the 94 to 98 era with this one from 1999 onwards. Now the reason I'll be doing that is because this one, when the O-ring goes, it gets a bit wobbly, it potentially falls out, the gasket's corroding and falling apart, and I find there's a dodgy connection between the bulb and the holder, which usually happens around MOT time. I end up having to fix it and it's getting on my nerves. The later side repeaters are a lot more robust. The bulb holder is a lot more secure, it fits in really nicely and snug. Plus the connector is a lot more robust. Plus I'm a rest of the world spec whore and I love the look of these things on 300 TDIs. So for reference, I had Td5, which was my dad's, and I made up a mask based on some paper. Lined up based on the joins of the wing there, so vertically over the top and then at the cross section on the side, and then set about cutting it out. It's not the most accurate thing in the world, but it'll be a good enough template for making a cut in the new wing. Then just checking the fitment on the side repeater there, that everything pretty much fits as it should. The template looks good. All done making the template. Yes, it did take 10 months to get around to this job. So I stuck the template on the vehicle I wanted to change. Here's the old and the new. Now, I actually I aligned the template, but I shifted it up a little bit just so that the top of the new hole would align with the top of the old hole. So you can see here that it's all lined up on the corner of the join of the wing there. For reference, just so you don't have to create your own templates, these are the measurements from the existing 300 TDI hole. On the front edge it's about 23 or 24 millimeters, and on the rear edge is about 21 millimeters. The dimensions don't have to be exact, because really you've got to cut a hole and then basically adjust it to fit so that the side repeater fits snugly but not too loose, because the last thing you want is to make the hole too big and then you are pretty much screwed. So I chose to use the Dremel. It was a bit hard with the wing from below, and I kind of realised that that wasn't going to work at that angle, so came in from the top. These are really thin cutting discs and they do tend to snap at certain points, so I went reinforced for the bulk of the work. I would grind down a channel, basically get the line right, and then I'd finish up with the cutting discs. For the lower edge, I realised I wouldn't be able to get there with the main Dremel attachment, so I used this flexible attachment to be able to get the right angle of cut. So there we go, there's the final cuts. It looks a bit rough and ready, because it is, but it doesn't really matter at this stage. Just wanted to make sure that it's not too big. Being undersized is a good thing at this stage, which I just checked that it is. Here it is for reference with the old side repeater in. Just one last shot of it being there before you irreparably damage your wing forever. Out it comes. Let's offer up the new one. Too tight. Okay, that's a good thing. So this is conflicting around about there on this edge. Out comes the file. It's great working with aluminium because you can see it melting away before your eyes. So I checked against the hole again. I was a little bit off in places. It's worth bearing in mind that I did get very close to the hole and it still wasn't fitting. It shows that the template wasn't totally accurate, but that's okay because it was really just for getting the placement right. These corner sections are quite important. You'll find that bits of the body will catch at certain points, and you've just got to work your way around and figure out where they are. Oh, so close, almost there. So essentially on the top, there's these two little ridges that are there to align the body in, and they're tapered, so they allow a snug fit. Doesn't help as well that my wing isn't particularly straight. the previous owner drove into an iceberg, or so he says. So had to work with that a bit. There we go. Fits snugly. Just want to check it could actually come back out again. So then I pulled the wiring through. This is the old connector. It's all sealed up with the sheath over the wires. I haven't shown you me doing the wiring because my soldering is appalling, but I'm sure you all know how to connect a new connector on here. And here is the new connector being pulled through. Stick the new light body on. I didn't want to push it in fully until I knew it worked. Which it does! Bonus! Push it fully home. And there we go. Doesn't that look good? Just taken off 7 years from my Defender's age. How about that? And hopefully my indicators aren't going to fail me just before every MOT every year from now on. If you found this video useful, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're interested in Land Rover content. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.